Hey, Homestead peeps. Today, we have a little bit different of a video. I'm going to catch you up on some things that happened on the 4th. We actually moved our baby chicks into the big chicken yard, and everybody is where they're supposed to be now. And also, we have a little surprise at the end, a couple of bloopers. If you guys want to hang around and watch the whole video, they're kind of, I don't know. Just hang around and Homestead peeps. This is Sandra Hewlett here, coming to you today from the kitchen. And I did something that I wanted to share with you. We took a trip to Vidalia, Georgia a couple of weeks ago and brought back a 10-pound bag of Vidalia onions. I was actually looking for Vidalia onion seedlings to be able to bring home to plant, but it was not the right time of year. They plant seedlings in October, November and harvest in March, April, and we were in the middle of June when that happened, when we went to Georgia. And I also, after doing some research, I'm not sure that we will even be able to grow large bulb onions here in Central Florida because of the heat. That's just not something that grows well. Green onions, chives, that sort of thing does grow well in Central Florida, but not the big bulbed onions. But nonetheless, I bought a 10-pound bag of onions and have used a few of them, but not as many as I'd hoped to. And I felt like before they start going bad on me, I want to use them or preserve them. So I didn't want to waste the onions, and I wanted to be able to preserve them, as some of them anyway. I still want to use them with cooking and things, but before they started getting a little soft on me or anything, I wanted to see if I could preserve them. So what I decided to do was make some onion flakes to be able to use it for cooking later on, even in the winter months or whatever. So the one thing is, we don't have a dehydrator though. So I thought, well, I'm sure I can find a way to dehydrate them in the oven. So that's what I did. I took one onion and cut it up into small flakes and dehydrated it, and got this jar. I think this is a pint-sized jar of dehydrated onions, and they smell really good. And I actually have 2 lids on that, I just noticed. So we have dehydrated onions for cooking, seasoning, whatever, later on in the year. So today I thought I would just show you the process that I went through to create the dehydrated onions. The first thing that you need to do is oven to bake. And the recipe that I used called for 125 degrees. I can't get my oven to go that low. The lowest my oven will set at is 175. So I started it at 175, and instead of the original recipe called for 125 for 6.5 hours, I did 175 for 5 hours, because towards the end of the 5th hour, I could see it was starting to brown a little bit, and I did not want to burn them. I just wanted to dry them and dehydrate them. So I took it to 5 hours at 175. So we'll let that preheat and start cutting up. So the first thing that I need to do is I cut the top of my onion off, just slice a little bit off the top, and I peel the onion. And one thing I've learned over the years, now this is a sweet Vidalia onion, so it's not a real strong, potent onion, but if you cut the top off first and work with it with the root still intact, you won't get the smell, you won't get the tears in the eyes that onions sometimes cause if you start with the top and leave the root on. So that's what we're going to do first. So now that my onion is peeled, I'm going to start slicing, and these are probably 1/2 inch slices. So I just slice right up to the root. And then I discard the root. Okay, now that I've gotten these, basically take half of the onion and stack half and put it in 2 stacks. Okay, so then I'm just going to take a baking sheet. This is not a non-stick baking sheet, it's just a regular baking sheet, and I'm not even going to put any oil or anything like that on it. I'm just going to put my onion pieces on the baking sheet. So I'm going to take the slices, the 1/2 inch slices that I've stacked, cut them long ways, and then I actually turn the board and cut them this way. Okay.
Be careful, don't cut your fingers.
Hmm?
Be careful, don't cut your fingers.
You'll be careful, don't cut your fingers.
Yeah, you can aim it really close.
Okay, so there's that, and then I'm gonna do this stack. Turn the board. I actually turn the board and not the onion because it tends to fall apart once you get to this point if you move the onion pieces too much. So this looks like a lot of onion right now, but by the time it's been in the oven for several hours, it tends to start shrinking, dehydrating. The liquid comes out of it and they get rather small. Just cutting up some of these. And I try to spread them out evenly, so there's, you know, one thin layer of onions. I don't want that skin. And that's all I do. So we're gonna take these and put them in the oven. And I'm going to actually set my cook time where the oven will actually turn off in 5 hours. And so once they have been in the oven, let me show you onion pieces look like. So this is, I did the same thing. I'm just replicating what I did yesterday, and I did the same thing, and this is the onion flakes. So they're a little bit darker than they would probably get if you put them in a dehydrator, but they're still just as flavorful. Just about halfway through, I like to take the onions out and kind of move them around, flip them over. So you can tell that just now the moisture starting to leave them, but they haven't gotten like crisp yet. So I just kind of spread them back out again. Put them back in. Would recommend on the top labeling it what kind of onion you put in here and the date that you did them. There's not really, because this is airtight, there's not really a need to do any kind of canning process with it. As long as it doesn't get moisture in it, these should keep and be fine for a long time. So that's the onion dehydrating process.
So now we got all the girls out here and they figured out the coop, and they decided they want to check out the
First time on the roost.
roost. We had I think the speckled one was the first one, and the black one said, well, you can do it, I can do it. So now they're all checking out the coop.
There goes another one.
There goes the leghorn. Pretty cool. That's some happy chickens right there.
Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below if you think this is useful. And tell us if you've hydrated anything. And make sure to hit the notification bell right there, or down there. And you don't miss our videos. Bye.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
Go.
hi. Hi. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below if you think this if you think
Set your onion.
Hi guys. Redo. Hi guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below if you think this is useful. And tell us if you've dehydrated anything. Hi guys.
Seriously, Bear?
Hey guys, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below. Just redo it. Okay.